bans the use of AC in public vehicles in Lagos. Here are 12 other guidelines. Lagos State Governor Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu has directed all operators of public transport system to stop the use of AC conditioning in their vehicles. The announcement is one of the 12 measures announced by the state government in order to curb the spread of the deadly disease coronavirus among residents in the densely populated city. Sanwo-Olu's message is contained in a unique sign by the Lagos State Commissioner for Transportation, the Dr. Frederick Oladide, and obtained by its writer a few minutes ago. The communique is entitled COVID-19 Public Transport Preventive Measures Guidelines to Curb Further Spread of Coronavirus in Buses, Cabs, Motor Parks, and Garages. Part of the effort by the Lagos State Government to further prevent a statewide spread of COVID-19, especially in motor parks, garages, is for NURTW in the state and passengers to abide by some precautionary measures which everyone is encouraged to abide with. See the guidelines below. 1. All transport operators, companies are expected to sanitize their parks and garages regularly and continuously, at least before and after each trip. 2. All operators are expected to have alcohol-based sanitizers in their vehicles for the use of drivers, conductors, and passengers. 3. All transport operators company are expected to have at the entrance of their respective park garages washing hand equipment with soap and running water. 4. Operators are not allowed to overcrowd or overload their vehicles at this point in time. Passengers spacing must be fully observed. NCDC comments that at least 2 minutes distance is required before anyone showing symptoms of respiratory illness. 5. No standing in all BRT and LBSL buses operations. 6. All buses should be at 60% capacity and not 100%. Danfo and other commercial buses. 7. All passengers are also required to sanitize themselves before and after each trip. 8. All air conditioning system in public transports be put off. 9. All public transport operators companies must have temperature reader to test each passenger before boarding the bus. 10. All drivers and conductors should always wear hand gloves and nose guards while in transit. Others include all passengers are also required to regularly wash their hands with soap and running water before and after each trip. The state government also directed operators and companies and passengers are expected to report any suspected case of COVID-19 to the Ministry of Transportation or call this number. Speaking to the passenger, the state government said that they are also expected to report any operator company that does not comply with these guidelines to the monitoring officers at sites or write to the ministry, stating the vehicle registration number, park, and time. With these directives eliminated, to you, our transport tax stakeholders, and the men of the realm of Fourth Estate, we have confidence that together we can put off this raging fire of COVID-19. At the time of this report, COVID virus have killed thousands of people globally, particularly in Italy, Spain, Iran, and China. There is no antibiotic in sight at this moment, and Nigeria already has close to dozens of cases of the deadly virus. Honestly, I think Sanwo-Olu has stated the reasonable guidelines for us on this coronavirus issue. We appreciate the content and update of COVID-19. We are far better, is far better than our president, who has maintained his usual mum on urgent matters of concern. The question here is, who is to provide running water at the motor parks? Who are to provide alcohol, sanitizers, based hand washing, soap? What are the protective measures for the citizen of this country? Wow, viewers, I think those guidelines by Sanwo-Olu, it's very good. It's a good one. It's a good one at that. If you can abide by all this, I think I see no reason why coronavirus will tread our paths. Honestly, we appreciate the contact updates of this COVID-19. It's far better than President Muhammadu Buhari, who has maintained his actual mum on urgent matters of concern. He's showing no concern, no remorse about what is happening. He never said anything, never gave any statement concerning this. Pastors, men of God, senators, governors have been making comments on this virus, but our leader, someone that we call our leader, has never for once addressed us concerning this COVID-19. The question here is, who is to provide running water at the motor parks? Who are to provide alcohol, sanitizer, based hand washing, soap? Will the government do that? I'm sure that since Sanwo-Olu is bringing this suggestion, there will be a provision for that from them. I'm very much sure of that. I hope there will be compliance and enforcement on this directive, because it is of no use to issue directives that cannot be enforced. Yes, so I think these directives will be enforced, and I pray that, or I urge Nigerians to please take precaution of this. Sanwo-Olu has given us the guidelines on how to be safe from this virus, so it's now left to us to follow the rules and abide by these guidelines. Yes, that is acceptable. It should be banned temporarily. I think very soon all this will come to an end. This act of not going to where you used to go to before, this issue of not going to church anymore, issue of not going or stepping your feet to or in where you used to, there will be an end to that very soon, because this virus will be wiped off finally. But before this virus can leave this country or this nation, we have to follow precautions. We have to follow the guidelines of Sanwo-Olu and others that have given us the prevention, or what will prevent us from contacting this virus. So please let us not be adamant. Let's be obedient, and let's not be disobedient with these guidelines. They are our leaders, so we should abide by their words. They want the best for us. They don't want us to die untimely death. They don't want us to die untimely death. They don't want us to contact this virus. So all we need to do, let's not say because they are not trying, the governments are not trying in the aspect of Boko Haram killing and herdsmen. No, let us say that. because they are not trying, we will not follow their rules or their guidelines. If we refuse to follow their guidelines, I'm very sure that we will be doomed. This virus will definitely come to us, but by the grace of Almighty God, it will never come near our dwellings. So I urge Nigerians should please abide by these guidelines and follow the right measures and precautions, so that we will not be contacted from this COVID-19. So viewers, what is your take on this? What is your take on this concerning this ban of use of AC in public vehicles by Sanwo-Olu? If you have any comment, drop your comment below. Click on the subscription button as well as the bell button to receive notifications whenever I publish any video. And don't forget, like and share this news.